Virtually all of the hunting bow comparisons we've seen in recent years focus on flagship bows, with price tags starting at $900 and going up from there. But there's far more to our industry than just that. Many archers can't or don't want to pay flagship prices, and with those people in mind, we thought it would be worthwhile to look at entry-level hunting bow packages and compare them. With the help of Shooter's Choice in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada, we wrangled a Diamond Edge SB1, Bowtech Fuel, PSE Stinger X, Bear Threat, and Quest Forge. The Diamond Edge SB1 is the most affordable bow in this comparison at $400 US suggested retail price. It is also far and away the most adjustable, with draw lengths going from 15 to 30 inches and draw weights from 7 to 70 pounds. Accessories on this bow are basic, but it's all you need to get started. Gang adjustments on the sight are simple to make, but moving individual pins takes some patience as the angle of the pin can change as you tighten the screw. The full containment rest and quiver are simple but effective. I was pleasantly surprised how easy it is to draw this bow back. I'd say it has the second best draw cycle of this group. Once you're at full draw though, it is eager to creep if you don't hold firm against the wall. Regardless, I'd happily add a few pounds of weight if this were my go-to hunting bow, since it's so easy to pull back. Though let-off didn't feel like 80%, and I didn't like to hold at full draw for long periods of time, there was no other bow in this comparison that I shot as consistently well as the Diamond Edge SB1. Shoot groups with this bow and you will smash nocks. My only real issue with the SB1 is with fit and finish. The string end loop material is prone to splitting, and out of the box the string stop was out too far, causing the string to pop off the side and occasionally off the cable slide. Fortunately, that was easily fixed. The grip also feels a little loose, but there may be a way to tighten that down. Finally, I am not loving the purple blaze color personally, but 3 other options are available, including black and mossy oak breakup country camo. The Diamond Edge SB1 has a rated speed of 318 feet a second IBO. With a 380 grain arrow, I recorded an average speed of 276 feet per second at 60 pounds and a 29-inch draw length. That's good for second overall in this comparison. Impressive considering this is a $400 bow and the draw cycle is so smooth. Retailing for $450 US, the PSE Stinger X is the second most affordable bow package in this comparison. It's also fully adjustable from 21 to 30 inches of draw length. Draw weight on this bow is 50 to 60 pounds, though other options are available. Accessories are fairly basic on this bow, which you'd expect at this price point. It does come with a whisker biscuit rest, which is very easy to adjust, and the 3-pin sight is acceptable, and the 5-arrow quiver is basic but functional. For a solo cam bow, I was surprised how firm the draw cycle is. Once at full draw, it feels a touch jumpy if you're not pulling firmly into the wall. It's not a bow I'd like to hold at full draw for long stretches of time. The grip is narrow and flat like a target bow and was probably my favorite in this group. I had a mix of very good and not so good groups with this bow, depending how vigilant I was with my form. I think if I was using it regularly, it would be a very accurate shooter. The fit and finish on this bow shows no flaws. I'm not crazy about this particular color, but PSE offers 5 other color options, several of which I liked very much. The PSE Stinger X has a rated speed of 308 feet per second IBO. With a 380 grain arrow, I recorded an average speed of 274 feet per second at 60 pounds and a 29-inch draw length. That's third overall in this comparison. With a suggested retail price of about $500 US, the Bowtech Fuel sits right in the middle of the 5 bows we've tested. It's also the second most adjustable, with draw lengths ranging from 18 to 30 inches and draw weights from 14 to 70 pounds. The accessories package is fairly simple, but still offers everything a new archer needs to get started shooting and hunting outside of arrows and a release. Gang sight adjustments are fairly straightforward, but moving individual pins is a little sloppy. This package includes a full containment rest and a camo quiver. Where this bow shines is in the draw cycle. We set up all 5 bows at the same 60-pound draw weight, but the Bowtech Fuel was the easiest to pull back. If we owned this bow, we'd probably up the poundage to 65. Once at full draw, this bow feels feathery light to hold. If you had to hold at full draw for an extended period of time in a hunting situation, this is the bow you want. Fit and finish is about what you'd expect for a bow of this price. There are a few minor imperfections in the camo, but we certainly didn't dwell on them while shooting, and we're sure a trophy whitetail wouldn't notice. If mossy oak breakup country camo wasn't your style, you can get this bow in a flat black color. The string end loop material is not very durable. We actually split it the first time we pulled it off the cam post. A set of good aftermarket strings and cables will go a long way. The Bowtech Fuel has a rated speed of 320 feet per second IBO. With a 380 grain arrow, I recorded an average speed of 272 feet per second at 60 pounds and a 29-inch draw length. That's 4th fastest in our group, despite having the 2nd fastest rated speed. At $530 US, the Quest Forge bow package is the 2nd most expensive in this comparison. Draw lengths are adjustable from 25.5 to 30 inches, and draw weight goes from 40 to 70 pounds. This bow has my favorite accessories of the 5 bows tested. The sight is far and away the best one in any of these packages, offering toolless gang adjustment for height and windage. The individual pins move very fluidly and easily. The sight also comes with a light, but we'd be wary of using it in a hunting situation as it lights up more than just the pins, something a deer could notice. The G5 headlock quiver feels really well constructed and looks great with matching camo. The G5 Halo full containment rest is also solid. The draw on this bow is smooth without any noticeable humps. Let off is nice enough where I felt comfortable holding for extended periods, a must for hunting. The grip is a textured plastic material, which keeps your hand from sliding. However, it feels rounded at the front, which I'm not crazy about. I worry the rounded front will make it more susceptible to hand torque if you're not paying close attention to your form. Fit and finish is really good for a bow in this price range. It looks the part of a much more expensive model. My one worry is that it appears there is fletching contact on the cables. However, I shot this bow at 20 yards and 80 yards and I didn't have to tweak the windage at all, so it may not be a factor. The Quest Forge has a rated speed of 300 feet per second IBO. With a 380 grain arrow, I recorded an average speed of 270 feet per second at 60 pounds and a 29-inch draw length. That made it 5th fastest of the 5 bows we tested. The Bear Threat is the most expensive bow package in this comparison at $600 US. Draw length is adjustable from 25 to 30 inches, and draw weight on this bow goes from 50 to 60 pounds, though 60 to 70 pound limbs are available. As you would expect, the accessories on this bow are pretty good. A solid second place in my opinion. The Whisker Biscuit rest is easy to adjust, while the sight comes with a light. Sight pins are reasonably easy to position, and the Trophy Ridge quiver is noticeably nicer than several of the others. The biggest issue for me was that I couldn't get the peep quite high enough. The serving on the string goes a bit low, forcing me to bend my head down a bit to get a good view of the sight. Not ideal, but I'm sure you could reserve the string and fix the issue. Drawing this bow back requires a bit more muscle than the other bows in this comparison, but it's the fastest bow, so that's to be expected. You also have to hold strong against the wall at full draw, as it feels somewhat jumpy. If I had more time with it, I'd play around with the cables to see if I could get a bit more valley, but out of the box it didn't feel like 80% let off to me. Overall, I shot very good groups with this bow, but it's unforgiving when I'm not 100% focused and staying aggressive on the shot. Fit and finish is top notch. I'm a big fan of the flat black color, and the orange and black strings are also the nicest in this group and look great against the black riser. If I didn't know better and somebody told me this was a flagship bow, I'd believe them. The Bear Threat has a rated speed of 330 feet per second IBO. With a 380 grain arrow, I recorded an average speed of 288 feet per second at 60 pounds and a 29-inch draw length. That's more than 10 feet a second faster than any bow we tested. For fun, I also tested a 328 grain arrow and had an average speed of 306 feet per second. If speed is the most important thing to you, this is your bow. After dozens of hours of shooting and tinkering with these bow packages, I came away far more impressed than expected. All 5 bows were really easy to set up for proper draw length, and I had them all up and running in no time. Picking one winner out of these 5 bows was tough, so I'm picking 2. Overall, I'm going to give the Quest Forge just the slightest edge over the Diamond Edge SB1. Flagship bows are great, but they're not absolutely necessary. Any of the 5 bows we tested would be well worth taking into the woods with you. And with their low price points, new shooters can afford to get started without breaking the bank.